McDonald's, yes, the burger place, had a record label in the 1980s. I have had these releases on my want list for a while, and eventually I was able to track them all down. Now I want to make a video and tell you about them. There is a shockingly minimal amount of information about these individual LPs online, but I've pulled together whatever I could with my research, and I will share with you what I found. Any other info you might have, leave a comment below. If you haven't already, it'd be awesome if you'd like this video, hit the red subscribe button, and turn your bell notifications on so you don't miss out on any weekly videos I put out. Okay, the title was a bit hyperbolic, I apologize, but the music is better than you would expect on a lot of cases. On the following two compilations I want to talk about, the music ranges from a little cheesy to shockingly not bad. 1983 brought MCTrax to the scene. This was a soul compilation that McDonald's did in collaboration with the Atlanta radio station V103. Let me just read you the back to tell you kind of what's going on. This is an album of local talent. Hundreds of budding recording stars sent in tapes of their songs for consideration on the album. They were all exhibiting original talent in the form of urban contemporary music, rhythm and blues, jazz, pop, and dance music. All entrants live within a 100-mile radius of the city of Atlanta and are not presently under contract with any recording company. The result is an album of the 10 best of our listeners' efforts. Maceo Rogers' album jacket design was chosen over hundreds of other entries. His concept was definitely the most original and eye-catching entry. The entire album of homegrown artists is brought to you from your friends at V103 and McDonald's. Proceeds from the sale of this album will be donated to the United Negro College Fund. So yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. This is really hard to track down. This honestly goes for $100 to $200 if you can find it. This is a time capsule snapshot of what the Atlanta R&B scene was like in the mid-80s. From what I can find, these artists did not have any career outside of this comp, which is actually kind of cool. At least no physical media that I can track down. There are some dance hits on here, some vocoder songs, and then, of course, a couple ballads. The artists on here, which I'm sure you've never heard of any of them, are Harold Daniels, Calvin Tucker, Haywood Tucker, JT's Connections, Kevin Kendrick, who actually had 2 tracks on it, Anthony Lockett, and Johnny Fambro. So yeah, this is just such like I just love that the label has a McDonald's logo on it. It's just so bizarre to me. Let me play you a little snippet of some of the tracks on here so you can get a vibe for what it sounds like. Next up, we have McRhythm in 1985. This is another boogie soul compilation that also goes for about $100 to $200 in the aftermarket, should you find it. This is another compilation that McDonald's did with the radio station K94, the rhythm of the city, and it's kind of the same concept as MCTrax. The back reads, "These 10 songs were chosen from over 150 entries that were submitted for consideration for this album. Our thanks go to the many music industry professionals who helped judge the finalists. There were a lot more songs that came close and had great potential, but these are the cream of the crop. And thanks to cooperation and patience of Rob Olsch of Master Sound Studios, these songs have the benefit of first-class technical production." Again, the sale of this benefited the United Negro College Fund, which is great. And these songs were not released on 45s or on albums outside of this. Outside of the band Executive Suite, none of these people had any physical releases that I can see. These artists also have a little bio on the back. So we have Marvin Swimson, Executive Suite, Allen's Nation, Raleigh Simmons, What's New, Graphics, Tom Emmy Group, Free Flight Band, Last Exit, and Jumpstart. The art on the front was done by Billy Dawa, and this is actually my favorite of the art. I love that the McDonald's has the McDonald's M in there. It's so weird to see a fast food restaurant with a vinyl record. Let's go through a couple more samples so you guys can hear what this comp is all about. And the last one is definitely the most unique. This is McDonald's presents Black History Through Rap. This record has definitely seen better days, but I got this one for $10 and a lucky Discogs grab, so it was definitely worth it. And the disc, while a little noisy, plays pretty decently. This one has the least information about it of all three. This is something to do with the local Philly radio station, WDAS. Apparently this album was given out at McDonald's locations in the mid-80s in Philadelphia for Black History Month. This is a bunch of artists that, again, pretty much only appear on here, rapping in the signature 1980s kind of storytelling style that you're familiar with if you're a fan of 80s rap, talking about Black history. And the lyrics are pretty educational if you sit and listen to them. The songs are Thurgood Marshall, Black History, Martin Luther King Jr., African Pride, Black History Museum, Harriet Tubman, and Benjamin Banneker. Let's listen to a little bit of this compilation right now.
1 for the treble, 2 for the bass. Come on, baby, let's rock this place.
Martin was my kind of guy, and if you wonder why, because he wanted equal rights for blacks and even whites, for men and women and boy and girl. Join hands around the world, singing free at last, thank God Almighty, we're free at last. When it came to black achievers, there weren't none greater than Martin Luther King, a racial demonstrator. It must have been hard to be a desegregator and ignore the racial slurs of a Negro hater. But when it came to getting prejudice eliminated, Martin Luther King marched and demonstrated. For the Nobel Peace Prize, he was nominated. Then by not like he was assassinated, but the dream still lives, even through today, with the help of Mayor Good and Congressman Bill Gray.
Harriet Tubman was a girl who wasn't for letting anybody be a prisoner of war. Between 1820 and 1913, she really did a lot. Do you know what I mean? Well, maybe you don't. That's why I'm here to tell the things she did in her years. She was a U.S. abolitionist with the Underground Railroad, a big risk. In 1820, she was born in slavery. By 1849, she was free. In the next 10 years, she made 19 trips. One mistake, and there could have been it.
So as far as I know, outside of some of those 7 inches, which I guess were more so for sweepstakes and contests, these are the only LPs that McDonald's has ever released. Definitely not amazing music, but an interesting time capsule for what happened in the 80s with McDonald's getting in on the record game. If you guys have anything like this or know any cool promo stuff that companies have done vinyl related, I'd love to hear about it in the comments, or just your thoughts on these wacky releases that I was happy to finally track down. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this little historic trip down fast food memory lane, and more videos are coming very soon. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.